In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the especially merciful. For over 14 centuries, the Quran has been recited, memorized, and preserved. It was revealed in a time when humanity had no telescopes, no microscopes, no satellites. Yet within its verses are statements about the natural world that continue to amaze thinkers and scientists today. These are not verses revealed as science textbooks. The Quran is guidance. But within its guidance are signs, signs for those who reflect. Allah says, "We built the heaven with power, and indeed, we are expanding it." Today, modern cosmology confirms that the universe is expanding. This was only discovered in the 20th century, through advanced telescopes and astronomical calculations. Yet the Quran spoke of expansion in a desert, in the 7th century, where people believed the sky was a solid ceiling above them. Another verse says, "Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joined entity, and we separated them?" Modern science speaks of a singular origin of the universe, what is commonly known as the Big Bang. The idea that the heavens and earth were once one entity and then separated is a concept that human beings only began to understand recently. Allah says, "And we made from water every living thing." Today biology confirms that water is essential for all known forms of life. Cells, tissues, organisms. Life as we know it cannot exist without water. In a desert society where water was simply seen as survival, the Quran elevates it to the very origin of life. Allah says, "And we set firmly rooted mountains upon the earth, so that it would not shift beneath you." Modern geology tells us that mountains have deep roots beneath the Earth's surface, stabilizing tectonic plates. Like pegs or anchors, they play a role in stabilizing the crust. This imagery aligns remarkably with what has been discovered through geological studies. In another verse, "And the sky we made a protected ceiling." Today we know the Earth's atmosphere protects us from harmful radiation, meteors, and extreme temperature fluctuations. It shields life. Without this protective layer, survival would be impossible. The Quran also describes human development in stages. We created man from an extract of clay. Then we placed him as a drop in a secure place. Then we made the drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump. Embryology today describes stages of development in the womb, from a drop of fluid, to attachment, to formation of tissue. These descriptions align with observable stages that were unknown without modern medical technology. Allah says, "And He released the two seas, meeting side by side. Between them is a barrier they do not transgress." Oceanographers have observed that bodies of water with different salinity and temperature can meet but maintain distinct characteristics due to density barriers. This is not something visible to the naked eye from a shoreline, yet it is mentioned as a sign. Now, it is important to understand something clearly. The Quran is not trying to compete with science. Science changes. The Quran remains. Its primary purpose is guidance, moral, spiritual, and existential. But these verses serve as reminders that the one who revealed this book is the one who created the universe. The Quran repeatedly says, "Indeed, in that are signs for people who reflect." These are not random statements woven into poetry. They are invitations to think deeply, to observe the sky, the mountains, the oceans, and your own creation, and to ask, what is the origin behind all of this? The Quran challenges humanity. If it had been from other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction. Despite being revealed over 23 years, in different circumstances, the internal consistency remains. Scientific understanding grows. Discoveries evolve. But the signs in the Quran continue to resonate with every generation that studies the natural world. And perhaps that is the point. Not to replace science, but to remind science of its creator. So when you look at the expanding universe, when you study embryonic development, when you observe the oceans and mountains, the Quran quietly asks, will you not reflect?